Hi friends, Hattie here with Honeybee Stampers. I am going live for our happy hour. Today is April 7th, so I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm excited to be here. I've got a really fun project to share with you. It's actually going to be a version of this card that I designed here. So this card was a card that I did for our Sweet and Simple card class last month. And it's featuring some designer series paper that I really want to highlight for you guys today. And also the bundle. The bundle that I'm using is so gorgeous. I think you're going to love it as well. So if you are watching me live, I would love to hear from you. Just say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, thank you so much. Thank you very much for watching, tuning in, commenting, subscribing, all the things. So today I actually have a little gift to give away to anyone who shares my video. So I'm going to actually do a drawing for these embellishments. So these are some really awesome embellishments that are actually retiring with our catalog. This is the adhesive back solid gems. They're really pretty. They're almost like faceted gems kind of. But I'm going to be giving away this brand new pack here. I'll be doing a drawing for anybody who shares this video. So you just hit that little share button and it'll share to your page. Make sure you come back and comment and let me know that you did it so I could follow up on that. Make sure you're on my list for the drawing. So I think I'm in the right spot. Okay, looks like everything is good. I just love this product right here. And it was definitely a fan favorite during our Sweet and Simple card class. And I have some extra projects to share with you at the end, of course. But let me introduce you to the product that I used first of all. So I want to show this bundle off. It is so gorgeous. It took a while for me to actually purchase this initially. And then once I did, I'm so glad that I did because it is just stunning. Okay, let me see if I can find it here in the catalog. We're going to be working out of our spring mini catalog. And hang tight. I didn't flag it. I should have flagged it, but it's this catalog right here. It's our mini catalog. And if you open up to page 38, you'll be able to find this. It's called Mix and Mask. And the reason they say that is because you can use the stamp set by itself. You can use the dies that coordinate with it by itself. You can use even the masks by themselves. So I haven't done that yet, but I probably should try that out and show you how that looks. So the stamp set is called Enduring Beauty. And then, of course, you're going to have the decorative masks that are also called Enduring Beauty. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use these and try to give, because they can be a little bit confusing sometimes when you're working with it. But Stampin' Up! Has designed it so that it gives you a little clue as to how to lay them down. And I'm going to point that out with you today. And then, of course, the dies here. If you were to get the stamps and the dies together, they actually also come with the masks as part of the bundle. So if you were to get the entire bundle together, you are going to save 10%. So now's the time to do that. When you see this project, you're going to want this and you're going to want the whole shebang because after this catalog ends, the 10% will go away with it. So let me show you the designer series paper now that I want to highlight. So this DSP is called Lay Shop, and it's from the annual catalog. And I've used it a lot, and so a lot of it is kind of pieced, like I'm missing some pieces. But I'm going to show you the paper because I think that it's kind of a hidden gem. So on one side, you've got these very interesting images here, and some of them work with the Lay Shop's bundle. I actually never got the Lay Shop bundle. I don't know why. It wasn't one of my favorites out of the catalog, but the paper, designer series paper, is always my favorite. But on the other side, you're going to have some patterns that are just stunning. So I love this. We're actually going to use this pattern today. This is the only little piece I have left from this one, and I'll show you a card that I created with this pattern at the end of the video today. But like here is an example of the other side. So if you had the Lay Shop bundle, you could actually die cut some of the houses and the stores and all that kind of stuff out of the paper, which is fun, which is totally fun. But then the other side has this really great pattern that I think you just, I mean, it gets missed because you're so busy looking at the other side, right? So here is another one. And I look at this paper and I think it's interesting. It's cute. It's got these little tiny storefronts and everything. But when you flip it over, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It almost looks like a blueprint. So that's really pretty. And then again, I see this paper. I'm not 100% drawn to this, but you flip it over and I could definitely work with this side. There's a lot that I can do with this kind of a neutral pattern, right? Same here. So this one, oh, I love this one. I do love these because you could actually either die cut. I don't know if there's dies for these. Maybe, probably. But you could even like fussy cut these out or scan and cut them out, however you want to do it, to create some really cool cards. But then you guys take a look at that side, and I have a card to show you that I created with this side. It's so pretty. So the other side of the paper, I think, it doesn't really get showcased as much as it really should. So there is the Lace Shops paper. It is retiring. And so you're going to want to get a pack of this. I think it's $12.50 for this. And I'm not sure if it's going on sale. I have to look. Some of the stuff that is retiring is going on sale starting on Tuesday the 9th. So you don't want to miss out on that sale. You want to shop early because things will sell out. I'll have to double check to see if this paper is going to be discounted or not. But regardless, it's $12.50. You're going to want a pack. Trust me. Okay, so let's get started on our project here. I'm going to recreate a card that looks like this. This is basically my template for the card, but I wanted to use another pattern from the Lace Shops that I hadn't used yet. Before I move on, here's our host code for the month of April, HCJDK3TW. The host code situation is going to be going away. We don't have a date as to when that's going to happen yet, but since it's still available to us, I would love for you to use my host code so that I can get credit for your order. So there's the host code, and I'll bring it back in a little bit later. Okay, so don't forget, share this video, and you'll be entered into a drawing for these free gems. Okay, let's get started on this fun card. You know that if you're a new newsletter subscriber of mine, if you're on my email, I send out an email with the project that I create during happy hour with all the measurements. So you'll get a still photo of it, you'll get the replay video, and you'll get the measurements and all the product that I used, or at least the majority of the product that I used, links to that, so it makes it really easy for you to grab it. So make sure you're on my email list. Okay, we're going to start with a piece of thick basic white cardstock, and I'm just going to cut it down at 5.5. Okay, and then we'll leave it at 8.5. So 5.5 and 8 by 8.5, and then we're going to score it at 4 1/4. This is a typical card base. This would be something that's that you guys have memorized, right? So there's that. I'll go ahead and fold it down. Bone folder is a must. Okay, I used to actually cut and prep all the card kits ahead of time and then just kind of show you the pieces, maybe tell you the measurements. But I've had a lot of people tell me that they really like it when I bring in my paper trimmer and I actually cut it with you guys. So if you were to recreate this with me, you could be doing it at the same time and kind of see how I cut it exactly. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, so now you're going to need a piece of regular white cardstock, and I'm going to cut this regular card white down to 5 inches. And then we're going to turn it to 3.5. I feel like that measurement. I think that's right. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's right. So that's going to be a layer that we put on here. Okay. And then we'll use this for our scrap paper as well. Oh, we're going to need to cut our designer series paper. So this is the DSP that I'm going to use for this card, and I'm going to cut this down at 4 inches. I'm going to do this side because it has like a little white line on it. So we'll do 4 inches here. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. Again, my newsletter subscribers get all the measurements, okay? Set that to the side. We're going to use this pattern here on the card like this in place of this one. Okay, so you'll see that coming together. Okay, here's our scrap paper, and we're going to need to bring in that big stamp from the Enduring Beauty. I actually need to make sure I've got this cleaned off. We did this at Sweet and Simple, and I didn't go back and make sure that all the stamps were clean. So let me grab my chamois out of here. And it might just be stained. Okay. It looks like it's pretty much clean. Okay, let's take this. You're going to want, because it's photopolymer, you're going to want the foam underneath it to give a good impression. And I'm going to ink this up. The colors I decided to use are Tahitian Tide, and then Daffodil Delight, which is right here. We'll pull that in, and Parakeet Party. So now Tahitian Tide, this color is going away. So sad, so sad. I can't really see it on the ink. I'm sure it's inking up, but let me just do that. Okay, so these are retiring, and I'm telling you guys, once the 9th hits, which is Tuesday, every in color that is retiring is going to be gone. I did see that the in colors that match this, there's that, isn't that pretty? The in colors that match this, the gems, are already sold out. So people are stocking up, and they are buying all the goodies before the crazy sale happens on the 9th. Okay, let's do that. And then what we're going to do, I've not actually designed this card before. I'm just kind of, I wanted to switch the colors up and show you some colors that are going out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to mask with these masks here. So I'm using 4 of the 5 masks that come with it, and they all give like varying levels of detail to color in the your stamp. So let's start. We'll start with this one right here. Each mask has a number and a notch, okay, in one of the corners. And you want to kind of be cognizant of where you lay it down, because that is where you want to try to lay it down each time. You want the number and the notch to be in the same vicinity. So if I didn't pay attention, I did this, and then I came in with this one, and I had my number and my notch down here, I'm going to be spinning all around trying to figure it out. So we've got the number upright, we've got the notch, and all of it is at the top right. And if I lay it over my image like this, I can kind of move it around until it looks like it's highlighting just the flowers. Now, I highly recommend that you use washi tape. Washi tape will keep the mat in place for you. And if you can grab some of the stencil or the mask, you can use either one of those words. I think they call them masks. But you use the washi tape to hold it down on top of the paper. That's going to be even more helpful. There we go. So now what we're going to do, I'm trying to decide how I want to do this flower. I guess I'll try it this way first, and then if I don't love it, we'll have to do it another way, another time. So I'm going to take our Daffodil Delight, and I want to use this color to kind of pull in that Designer Series paper. And I'm using the smaller brushes. We have 2 different brush heads, the larger and the smaller. They come in sets of 3. You're going to want several of these to use in your arsenal. So the great thing is you can actually start to tap off on the stencil itself so that you don't have this stark color. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of yellow in the center. And then you can actually pull up some of that color again right from the stencil, instead of wasting it on your paper, and just do it like that. I just wanted to add a little bit of yellow. In the center. And actually, you know what? I think we'll actually do our entire flower in yellow. Let's do that, and then we'll put our detail with the blue. So let's try that and see how it looks. I was going to actually layer some of the blue right on this, but we'll make the flower yellow, and then we'll do the detail in blue. In it, who knows? It might not look great. We'll see. We'll soon see. Okay, so there's that. little more. Oops, got a little heavy-handed right there. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want it to be. Okay. And you're just brushing there. All right, now we're gonna pull this off. And you'll see that it will reveal this gorgeous little yellow flowers, right? Now we're going to take the next stencil, which is this one. And again, I want my number to be upright. So there's the 3, the notch is up here. So it's gonna obviously be pointing towards the top right. And then this one's a little bit of a trickier one, but you can kind of, once you start moving it around on the paper, you'll see that, oh, that does kind of line up and make a little bit of sense. So give me just a minute so I can do that. Okay. All right, I think I got it. Now for this one, I'm gonna try the blue. I'm gonna reuse my washi tape. Oops, I moved it. Okay, let's try that again. I have to concentrate here. Of course, it's going to give me trouble because I'm live. Okay, there we go. And then we'll go over to this side. There we go. Now let's bring in that Tahitian tide. And this is going to give a little highlight to certain areas on the flowers. Now what I found is that if you are using the stencil, you can use the same color over and over again, and it looks great. So you can use the same color, but layer them on top of each other, and it will be, one will be darker and one will be lighter. As you can see with my original card here, I just used that Calypso Coral, and it just looks perfect. So you can also do 2 different colors if you wanted to, which I'm doing here, and see how that ends up turning out. Okay. Ooh, I'm kind of nervous as to how this is going to look. Oh, I like it. I like it. That's cool. I hadn't done it as a 2-tone before. Okay, so we've got that down. Now we're going to go on to the flowers. Let me close this ink. Or not the flowers, but the leaves. And this time I'm going to use Parakeet Party. And Parakeet Party is also one of the in colors that's retiring. So again, here we go. Number 2 is pointing up, notch is going up. I really don't understand how they numbered these, but we'll go with it. So we're going to do the tone on tone, like I was just mentioning. We'll use Parakeet Party twice, and then you'll see that it has a darker and a lighter once you layer them, and it looks really good. So there's that. Okay, and I'm going to bring in this one. Now for this first layer of green, I'm not going to add a whole lot of green. I just want to change the color from white to a little bit of green. And then I'm going to go heavy-handed with the second stencil or the second mask so that it has that really good detail. Okay, so it looks like all of my leaves are pretty much green. I did see a card online where the person actually stenciled very lightly the detail part and left the other part of the flower white, and same with the leaves, and it looked awesome. So it looked like white flowers with some detailing. Okay, there you go. So because I used that blue, that Tahitian tide, and the yellow, it actually makes it look green. So I probably should have just left the flowers Tahitian tide, and I might do that and do a picture of that later so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay, so now we're on to mask number 4. So this is going to bring in the detail in the leaves. Put this on. I like how the mask, even though it takes a minute to get it lined up, I love how it allows you to color the flowers so quickly, you know, versus using Stampin' Blends, which you can totally do, or using, you know, watercoloring or anything like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go a little heavy-handed. And really give that a good dark green color. There we go. Let's lift that off. And there's that. So you guys can see the detail in the flowers. Okay, so it's going to bug me a little bit not to have a little more blue. So let me just bring this in one more time. And I'm going to add some more blue to these flowers so that they really stand out. Okay. And then the rest of this card will come together very quickly. And then I'll be off to showing you some other fun projects made with this exact same bundle, and also some fun projects made with this designer series paper that I'm really highlighting today. Okay, so if I were to do this again, I wouldn't add the yellow. I would just make these flowers all blue. But what I'll do now is kind of give it a little bit more blue so they stand out. And hopefully I didn't make it worse doing this. Let's see. Okay, maybe I did. I'll definitely redo it in just the blue for the flowers and see how it goes, because that just really made the blue a little bit too dark. Okay, so let's go ahead and die cut this. So we'll bring in our die cutting machine. Here is the die for this. And if you want to use washi tape on this as well, you can do that to hold it in place. Of course, you can fussy cut this, but I just think the dies work really well. Okay, there we go. Get it started. Okay, there we go. Now we'll bring this in, and I'm going to add this layer of DSP on. Right to the center there. It's over a little bit, so I'm going to trim that. Are you guys getting excited about the new catalog that's coming out? It's really a beautiful catalog. I haven't had a chance to like really study it like I want to, like I normally would, but what I have seen, it is just gorgeous. We're gonna take the sentiment from the stamp set, and this one says you mean so much to so many, and I'm gonna stamp it in the bottom right. I feel like my Tahitian Tide ink needs to be re-inked a little bit. Okay, right there. And this is gonna go onto my card front here. And then this, oh my goodness. This is gonna go onto the card like so. Okay, I love it. I mean, I like it, but I don't love it. So I'm gonna definitely come back and fix that. But here is a version that I did for our class, using just the Calypso Coral with it. I'll redo this one and do just the Tahitian Tide for the flowers, and you guys will see that that'll turn out a whole lot better. But I wanted to pull in that yellow, and that's kind of what happened. So remember that the Parakeet Party ink pad and the Tahitian Tide ink is part of the in colors that are going away, and they are going to be retiring super soon. So make sure that you grab yours if this is something that you are interested in. Let me show you some other projects featuring this bundle. So it's called Enduring Beauty, and again, it's 10% off right now, but then later the 10% will go away. I do believe this is carrying over, and so you'll be able to get it later, but not at that discount. Okay, so these cards were made on a cruise that I went on with my friend Susan. It's her Susan Stampin' Cruise. So here are some of the projects that we made. So cute. I loved this one. And then I loved this one. So I'll definitely, you can see here that if I were to do just the Tahitian Tide, that's kind of what it would have looked like. This is a Blueberry Bushel, but it would have looked like this versus the two-tone that I did here. So there's that. Beautiful cards. And then let me show you a couple projects featuring the Designer Series paper. So this Designer Series paper is from Les Shops, this one right here. This one is from Les Shops. This is another card that I did at our Sweet and Simple card class. Oops, I'm missing the piece that goes inside. But anyways, this piece right here is that pretty piece I pointed out earlier from Les Shops. And then this one too. Isn't this one gorgeous? Like, this paper is just so stunning. So all of these are from my Sweet and Simple card class that we had last month. And we will not be doing Sweet and Simple card class this month. I will be going on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip, and so I'll be preparing for that. And I'll also be spending some time going over what's retiring and sharing more videos with you guys on what's retiring so that you can be in the know so you don't miss out on anything. So those are our projects. Let me work on this one. Remember, if you share this video, you will get entered in a drawing to win these adhesive back solid gems. I will drop those in the mail to our lucky winner. So please do share this video. And then I had something else I wanted to share. Oh, we just did a team event. I had a Team Silver Elite reception, and I just want to show you the projects that we did. So we did some pretty fun folds, some fun fold cards. So there's one. Here's another one. And then this one is a fun fold that I learned from Susan Campfield. Love that. Beautiful. Fun fold. So those are the cards that that I designed for our team event, and we had a fabulous time. We had a guest speaker, my dear friend Rhonda Wade, who's also my business trainer. She inspired everybody that night. It was amazing. Okay, let me bring in our host code again. I've got some information to roll out about my card club. Card club is going to be, let me think here. Card club the price point is going to go up in May. So if you register for the subscription of the card club, you will lock in our current rates, which is a great savings for you, especially because all of the product a lot of the product that Stampin' Up! Is selling is going to have a price increase. And so my club will have a price increase unless you subscribe in this month. I sent out an email with that subscription link. If you subscribe this month, you'll be able to lock in my current rate. Here's our host code if you decide you want to do a little shopping. Don't forget on the 9th, get up early, shop early. There's last chance products. So all of these right here are the last chance products from the annual and the mini catalog. Also with the pricing on here, with, you know, some things are 30% off, some things are 60% off, and then this will tell you what the discounted price is. I know it's really tiny font, but you can download these from the email that I just sent out. If you need to join my email list and you're not, reach out to me, join my email list, and I can forward you this most recent email. All right, I think that's it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay tuned for some more creativity this coming week. Oh, and for those of you who are local to me, I've got spots still available for our Honeybee Hangout, which is basically a 10-hour crop here at the studio, and you'll get a table to yourself to be able to work. So make sure you register for that. I do have some spots available. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.